If you want to use the law of attraction, and if you know that there's a certain way that you want to feel, but somehow you cannot exactly feel that way whenever you want it, and have the exact feeling you want, there's something that is called a shrine, and that I've read on Steve Pavlina's blog, and I'll put the link below. And it's like a trigger that you find for yourself that just triggers the emotions that are relevant for you right now. So you want certain things in your life, and the reason why you want them is because of the emotion they are going to give you. This is true for everyone. And the thing that you gotta do, it's actually quite easy, quite simple to understand, is to feel the emotions that you think these things that you want are going to give you. You have to find a way to feel these emotions most of your day. And so I'm working on it in my life right now, and it's really, I think, specific to everyone, or how do you say, unique to everyone, what way you're gonna find to load that vibe in yourself. And so what you gotta do is find affirmations or pictures or whatever it is. It can be music, it can be anything that you either just set up outside of you, in your environment, and then it reminds you of how you want to feel, and it triggers that nice feeling in you. Or you do it like mentally and you think about stuff, you visualize or whatever. And when it works, like the mere thinking of it or watching a certain thing will load that vibe in you. And I'm currently really testing out different things to see what makes me feel best and what makes me feel the vibe, the emotion that I want to feel. And it's funny because sometimes it's really like super specific stuff for me. It's, for example, to know that there is infinite parallel realities that all exist right now. And when I feel normal, it means I'm giving all my energy to my current reality, which I actually want to change. And I think of that pretty often. And this makes a lot of sense for me. And therefore, as soon as I think about this, I start to shift my focus towards what I do actually want. And I'm like, instantly, how do I want to feel? Oh yeah, that's how I want to feel, because that's how I would feel if I had everything I want right now. And then I feel the vibe. And it's quite specific. There's also other things. There's just like a nice sentence that I read from Bashar, and it's being channeled through a human from higher dimensions. So if you believe in that, I do. And what he said is like, if you're ever unhappy on Earth, remember that like there are tons of other civilizations on other planets. Whether this is true or not, I think it can be very fun to think of. And they're looking at humanity, and they're living in abundance. And they're looking at humanity, and they're like basically finding us brave and really, really, like brave and strong to grow up in this fucked up society that somehow gets you to believe that there is only lack, and that you have to just like have scarcity behavior and believe in scarcity. And so I don't remember the exact quote, but for me it rings so true. And it's like, how the hell do they remember who they are in all this mess? And so what this basically means is that at a higher level or at your soul level, you're already happy, you're already fulfilled, and you're going through this experience for the sake of learning. And most humans feel actually pretty shitty in this life. And so the lesson is like to go back to how you want to actually feel, and to feel at least peaceful, or but even I think even better, happy, blissful. And so that's something I think of. It's like, how the fuck do I even like manage to be happy in all this mess in my fucking life? And when I think about this, I'm super happy because I'm like, this is just a game. It's like for people who are strong enough to remember that they can control their thoughts, their emotions, be the master of their state of being, and then be happy and have fun with struggle, because it's easy to have fun when everything is like easy in your life, you know, but have fun when you're sick, or when there's people dying, or when you don't have a job, or you're on the street. That's what I personally admire, is to be happy in these circumstances. I find that's the most beautiful thing ever. So basically, that's a shrine for me to think like, oh man, I'm in all this mess and I still manage to be happy. How awesome is this? And also to think that everything is possible and I can connect to the parallel reality, which in which I already am experiencing like my dream life, and I just can think about it and feel the emotions because I know exactly how I want to feel. And this makes me feel good. And this is an example, you know, of a shrine. It doesn't, a shrine is not necessarily you visualize your dream life and poof, it works. And and then and then you feel good and you feel like what you want and you attract it. Like for me, that doesn't work so much because when I visualize stuff, I don't know really what to visualize. I'd rather be like, ask myself the question, you know, and it's very specific. So you gotta find your own way to load the vibe in yourself. I also use just like pictures and a vision board. And when I look at it, I'm actually quite happy. I have to sit down, look at it, and think like, how does it feel? And poof, there it is. So that's what you can do in order to raise your state and feel the emotions that you want to feel, and find your own way. Like try different things out. Just like don't do a certain thing because you know it works for someone else on a big channel, you know. It's like we're all different, so there's like tailored solutions for everyone. You gotta find your own. Thanks for listening.